So I guess by the number of people here, business is slow. I thought that there was a teleprompter here because you were so eloquent. I never heard you be so eloquent before. All of those things that people say about me are interesting. I think most of them are undeserved, especially the ones that praise me. All the other ones are deserved. But, you know, I had breakfast yesterday with a money manager. One of those guys have a lot of money who I like because I'm trying to buy some things. And I said, so did you check me out? And he said, yeah, I checked you out. I said, what did you find out? He says, I found out that you can build companies and destroy them too. I said, did you ask a question for example? Because it's interesting how everybody kind of puts all these things, you know, Machiavellian and brash and all that stuff, because it's like anytime you say something, you have to counterbalance it with something else, you know, and most of the times actually things come in three. So, I mean, they say, he's this and this and this. And it's only because it's kind of that's the language is spoken. I'm going to basically try to tell you how I think. Some of it you're not going to like. That's fine with me. And some of it hopefully will make you think a little more. And I didn't know what to talk about because I can talk about everything, you know, including, you know, bread making and everything else, because I do have a point of view about on everything. Whether I know what I'm talking about or not, I have a point of view on everything. But I wanted to talk about the future of creativity because it seems that is something that you need to think about all the time. You know, so apparently you are the people who are supposed to be creating and bringing stuff about. And the very first thing that you have to think about in the future of creativity is that creativity is going to change. And it's going to change because the world is changing as we speak. And it has come as a result of a variety of issues. First of all, democracy is the prevalent political and system around the world and economic system as a result of the fall of the Berlin Wall. When the Berlin Wall failed, you can no longer call 1-800-KGB and organize a revolution. You know, basically, you needed to actually move your country, your environment, everything that you were in, to a market-based economy. And a market-based economy that was based on democracy. Even though communism and socialism is very much alive as an intellectual and an emotional system, politically, it really has gone away. Why is this important to all of you? The very first thing that comes with democracy is choice. You know, that is the very first thing that comes with democracy. Choice is something that we get to exercise every 4 years when we elect a president. Those of you who go and vote, most of you don't, I know. But we think that we have the right to have an opinion. We think that we have a right to criticize whether the governor does this or the mayor does that or whatever it is. And in politics, that leaks into your behavior every day. And that has created a thing that I call consumer democracy. And consumer democracy also brings with it right away choice. But you know, the most terrible thing about democracy and choice is that we don't know how to choose. The world has become so filled with sameness that in today's environment, we're constantly, desperately trying to find out how to make a selection among things. You know, we go to the gas station and we buy gasoline on the basis of octane, and we have no clue. I mean, I have no idea, maybe you do, about whether 97 or 99 or 87 is going to be better for my car. They tell me now that they put detergent in my car to wash my engine as I drive, which it makes absolutely no sense to me. And I end up basically making my decisions about how I buy my gas on the basis of location and how nice the guy is that cleans my windshield. I don't know what should be. I go to the cleaners, and fundamentally I choose the cleaners that doesn't have the guy with a hammer that bangs on the buttons so they break when I get on a trip, and they all break, you know, when I'm traveling. That's how I choose my cleaners, because I don't know how to choose my cleaners. There are a lot of things that I don't know how to do, which then says, how am I going to figure it out? Today, cars, you know, in Volkswagen, I think, it's your campaign, the Volkswagen, but the Volkswagen stuff today, if you go buy a new Volkswagen, there's only one thing that you can choose. You know what you can choose? Anybody knows? Color. That's it. You can't put anything on it. It already comes loaded with everything else. You go to buy a Land Rover, and the guy coming in immediately says to you, we don't deal. Change the dialogue immediately. They throw a couple of floor mats, and they haggle with you on whether they're going to give you a CD player, and that's about it. But they're defining the rules.